outside the circle also. So it depends upon the point which is given at how much distance from the center of the first circle. Okay, so this way you will complete your construction. So 7 sum you will do on your own as homework. Method is same as that of question number 6. Okay, now we will move on to problem set 4. Problem set 4, in that the sum which are little different from the exercise sum that we will do. Okay, so question number 4 of your problem set, we will do that. Question 2 and 3 is same as we did in your exercise, so that you can do on your own. Question number 4, now we will start. So give that in problem set 4. Problem set 4, question number 4. Okay, so write the heading problem set 4. Underline the heading question number 4 we will do now. So what is the question here? Draw a circle of diameter 6.4 centimeter and then take point R at distance equal to its diameter from the center of the circle. So first of all, here we have to first draw a diameter of length 6.4 centimeter. So take the scale, keep on left side only, okay? Because the another point will come somewhere on right side here. So this is how I will do it. Take the scale. How much diameter? 6.4 centimeter. So draw a segment of 6.4 centimeter. So this is your diameter. Okay, I will just a little darken it. So can you see a segment? Name the diameter with any letter. Suppose this is P, this is Q. How much centimeter it is? 6.4. Now what they are told, draw, take a point R at distance equal to this diameter. Take point R equal to this diameter. So we have to take point R at a distance of 6.4 centimeter from the center of this segment. Okay, from the center of this diameter. So we need to find the center. And how to find the center of this? Okay, don't think that 6.4 is given diameter, so midpoint of this will be 3.2 centimeters. So measure 3.2 with scale and mark it somewhere here. That way you will get construction correct, but marks will be 0 because chapter's name is geometric construction. So anything which you want to find in this, you have to take help of rounder only. So for finding midpoint also you will take the help of rounder. So midpoint how will you find? By drawing perpendicular bisector. So you can draw perpendicular bisector of segment PQ, which all of you know now how to do it. So take the rounder, keep on point P, increase the distance by taking more than half, right? And draw one arc above the segment PQ and below segment PQ. Same way, keep the rounder on point Q now. With the same distance, intersect the first arc which you have drawn. And now join these two arcs. Okay. So this is your perpendicular bisector. So show right angle symbol. Can you see this right angle symbol here? Then write point O and show bisector symbol. So this is how you will find the midpoint of segment PQ, which will be the center for this circle which you are going to draw now. So first draw a circle with O as center and OQ or OP, any one of them as the radius. Okay, so both are same only because they are O is the midpoint, right? So when you draw a circle, it should pass through point P and point Q. Okay, so first draw this circle. Over. Now after doing this circle, now next see the next part of question. Take point R Okay, see the question what they told. Take point R at distance equal to its diameter from the center. So center is O. So you take this point R at distance equal to the diameter. So diameter is almost 6.4 here. So from point O also we have to take 6.4 distance, 6.4 centimeter distance to find out the position of point R. So this is point O. So from here 6.4 centimeter we have to take. So this 6.4, join it. Join it to this radius here. So this is point R. And now question is what? Draw tangents from point R to this circle. So for that what we need to do? Okay, tangents will go this way, no? One above the circle and one below the circle. But we need to do what? Before that, we have to draw another circle. And for that, how we did in question number 6 or practice at 4.2, same method, you have to draw perpendicular of segment OR to get the midpoint. So perpendicular bisector of segment OR, where the midpoint of that will pass through, it will be passing through Q only. Because this is 3.2 and this also is 3.2 only. Okay, so when you do this construction, it should pass through, the perpendicular sector should pass through Q. So now, for drawing the second circle, again draw perpendicular bisector. So this is your OR, segment OR, right? So half of this is OQ, but more than that you will take always to draw the perpendicular bisector. So take end distance, keep the rounder on point O, draw this R. Now same rounder will keep on point R, draw another intersecting R. And now join these 2 points, this and this point will join both this point of intersection and see that it is passing through point Q. Otherwise, if it is not passing, it means your construction is wrong. So can you see this? This tangent perpendicular is passing through point Q. So since this is a perpendicular, again show right angle symbol and perpendicular. You can see these 2 lines already are drawn. The same is over here because length is same, no? So same identical marks you will do it. So now with Q as the center and OQ as the radius. Okay, with Q as center and OQ as radius. OQ or OR. QR, any one of those radius, you will draw a circle as per the syllabus given in textbook. Otherwise, only this one arc, okay, above circle and one arc below circle is also enough, right? These 2 arcs also are enough. But the syllabus says that you have to draw a full circle. That's why you are doing it. So this is how you will draw the circle. And where the 2 circles are intersecting, can you see this? At this point, and second one is at this point here. So these 2 points will mark. Okay. So here name any other alphabet. Suppose this is point S, this is point T. So you will now join SR to draw tangent. This way you can extend it on both sides. Okay. And RT, tangent RT also will draw. So this way you will get 2 tangents drawn from point R to the original circle. So remember length of this tangent segment RS, and segment RT are equal. Okay. So always remember this property, both the tangent segments are equal in length. So this is how you draw your fair diagram. And according to that, do your rough diagram also. So quickly I'll just draw the rough diagram. So just draw 2. Now here you can see both the circles are of equal radius, right? So this is your first circle. Where is center? This is your center, okay? Now take the scale. Now you know OP, OQ and QR, all 3 are equal in length. So according to that only you do it. So this is your point O, point P, point Q, right? And according to that now you draw another circle from point Q, same radius, right? Same radius. As soon as you get point Q, draw another radius with the same, draw another circle with the same radius. So both the circles will be of equal length. Remember it. So this way you will draw both the circles and then draw perpendicular. So perpendicular is drawn through point O, then point Q. Both this you will draw. Okay. Then point R also you will take on this. This is point R. And from point R you will draw tangents RS and tangent RT. So draw this. Extend it further on both sides as you are drawn in flare diagram. This way you will draw. And show arrow mark on both sides. And please show perpendicular bisector symbol. Okay, perpendicular symbol also, which is right angle symbol, and bisector means the identical marks of the two segments which are equal in length. And 6.4 centimeter is the diameter of the first circle, and this point R is also a distance of 6.4 from the center of the first circle. So this I have not written, so just mark that 6.4 centimeter. Okay, same thing you will do in rough diagram also. 6.4 centimeter right for segment OR also. Okay, so this is how you will draw your flare diagram for question number 4. Now we will move on to question number 5. Okay, now question number 5, for that here see the question how it is given. This again you have done this sum, but the way they ask the question is a little different. Okay, so see the question. What is given? Question number 5. What is given there? Draw a circle with center P, then draw an arc of 100 degree measure. Now you know arc are of two types, minor arc and major arc. So according to this degree, if you see 100 degree means it is minor arc, less than 180, no? So they are told draw a circle with center P. Now radius is not given, so you can take radius anything as you like. Okay, draw a circle and name the center as P. And after drawing circle, they are told draw an arc AB of 100 degree measure on that circle. And then, so arc name is AB, so point A and point B, somewhere it will come on the circle only. So then they are told draw tangents to the circle at point A and B. So where is point A and B? On the circle. So I had told you earlier that whenever the question comes that draw tangent from that point which is on the circle, in that case always you have to extend the radius. Okay, so I am showing now question number 5. So start now. So first draw a circle of any radius. So I want radius to be as 3 centimeter I will take. Yeah, so I will take a radius of 3 centimeter. According to that I will draw a circle. So this is the circle. Radius I have taken as 3 centimeter. You can also take same radius, or you can whatever distance you want to take for drawing circle, that you can take. So take radius of any length which you like and draw a circle. Okay. So name of the center is P. Now they are told what? Draw an arc AB of 100 degree measure. Now what I will do? Arc AB I will take somewhere here on the circle only. Okay. So for that, suppose if I take point A somewhere here. Anywhere you can take on the circle only, because arc always comes on the circle, right? So take point A here and join PA and produce it further. Join PA, produce it further. Okay. Now you have learned in mensuration that if arc is of 100 degree, if the measure of arc is 100 degree, then the measure of central angle also is how much? 100 degree only. Right? If the measure of arc AB is 100 degree, then the corresponding central angle also will be of 100 degree only for that arc AB. Okay. So that property we are using here. So since the arc AB is of 100 degree, then central angle also will be of 100 degree only. So what we'll do, we'll take the protractor now And as I told you, if I am keeping the product at point P, then point A is empty. So from this side I will start measuring, okay, in increasing order. Okay, remember this. This is basic thing which you should know, everyone, which I taught you also earlier. If you keep the product on point P, then which point is the other end? Point A. So you start measuring this way in increasing order. So I am taking this protector. Okay, this is your protector, right? I am turning this protector this way and keeping the protector at point P. Okay, keep the protector at center of the protector at point P, and this is, you can see this center at point P, and this is your radius, overlapping radius PA. So as I told you, if you keep the center of the protector at point P, then the point A is the other end point, right? So from increasing order, from point A should start measuring. So increasing order is where? Inside or outside this protector? So inside numbers. You can see this 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and this is 100. Okay. So always remember, angles you have to measure in increasing order only. So inner numbers you will measure, and where is 100 degree? Over here. Mark it. Okay. So this is that point of 100 degree which you got. And now join these 2 points, extend outside, and write the angle. Now this is point B. So the measure of this RKB is 100 degree as per the question, right? So this central angle also is 100 degree only. Okay, put symbol of degree, 100 degree. Followed? So one thing remember, after drawing the angle APB of 100 degree, when you write 100 degree, please check 100 degree is obtuse angle. It's not acute angle. Okay, if it looks like acute angle, it means you have made a mistake. You have counted the numbers from the wrong side. So please don't do that. Now, what is the question? Remaining part of the question says that draw tangent through point A and B, and where they are lying? On the circle. So as I told you, whenever the points are on the circle, then you take the rounder, keep on one of the point, take any distance, and draw arc. Okay, on both sides of point A. Can you see this? Same method you will do here at point B. The same rounder with the same distance. If you want, you can change the distance also, but same distance will keep it. So keep the rounder on point B and draw arc on both sides of point B. And now from the arcs which you are drawn from point A and point B, one by one you will draw intersecting arc. So I can take any distance more than half, draw one arc here, and keep the rounder now on second arc and intersect the first arc. Okay, so this way you will draw second arc. Okay, this is your first arc which you have drawn, and this is second arc. The same thing you will do here. Take the rounder and draw the intersecting arc, and now join. So extend, if you extend it on the other side, it will intersect, both the tangents will intersect. Okay, see this. This is your other point, right? And this point A. So if you extend it, you can see this point is intersecting here. So it is same as we did in question number 5 of practice set 4.2. So name the tangents, show arrow mark on both sides. So already point A and point B is there. Here you can write any other point as C. So this point C. Okay. So tangent segments are AC and BC. And radius also you write. Radius I have drawn a circle of radius 3.9. So that much you can write on any one of the radii. Okay. Either PB or PA. At any one radii you can write. So whatever radius you have taken, that you write please here. Okay. According that you draw a rough diagram. So again for drawing rough diagram, draw a circle. This is center P. Draw the two radii. Now this by judgment you should do it. Okay, it should look like obtuse only. Obtuse angle. Okay, then this is point A, This is point B. Radius is 3 centimeter according to fair diagram. And this angle P is 100 degree. That you write it. And then draw tangents through A and B. So, the point of intersection of the two tangents, name it as point C. And show arrow mark on both sides of the tangent. And even the extended radius. Okay, extended radius also should contain arrow mark. So, this is how you will do your question number 5. Now, question 6. Next sum. Now, from set 4. Question number 6 is same as question number 6 and 7 of practice set 4.2. Only the way of asking the question is different, but it is same as that of question 6 and 7 of your practice set 4.2. So please do that as homework. Okay. And then question number 7 and 8 is the construction of similar triangles. And if you see the name of question number 7, see the name of triangle. Triangle ABC, similar triangle LBN. So can you see alphabet B is common in both? So this tells us that the two triangles are one inside another. Okay. So you can see they are given that in triangle ABC, AB is 5.1, angle B is 40, BC is 4.8. So two sides and one angle is given. So with the help of this, you can find the two sides and angle of the second triangle, and then you can draw two similar triangles one inside another. Question number 8 also. If you see question 8, construct triangle PYQ such that PY is 6.3, YQ is 7.2, PQ is 5.8, and then ratio is given YZ upon YQ 6 upon 5. Then construct triangle XYZ. Similar triangle PYQ. Okay. So it means you have to first construct triangle PYQ. Okay, and then triangle XYZ comes. So ratio, check the ratio properly. They are given ratio as YZ upon YQ. Okay, it means PYQ triangle whose information was given to us according to ratio. It is a smaller triangle. YQ, can you see 5 parts? So in triangle PYQ, after drawing the triangle, you will see that PYQ is inside, and the next triangle XYZ whose YZ is given as 6 parts will be bigger triangle and it will be outside. Okay. So question number 7 and 8 also you can do. Both the triangles are one inside another only because one of the alphabet is common in both the questions. In question number 7, point B is common, and question number 8, point Y is common. So you can do that construction. Right. So question number 7, I will show it. So what we'll do, I'll just turn the page now first, and then what we'll do here also, first, which triangle will construct? It is triangle ABC. So we are doing now question number 7. So construct the triangle as per the given information. And you can see the ratio. Ratio is given AC upon LN. See the question, all of you. AC upon LN is given 4 upon 7. So what this tells us that triangle ABC is smaller triangle and LBN, which is the second triangle, is the bigger triangle. Okay. So information of triangle ABC is given. So when you construct triangle ABC, see that you are extending the two arms of the angle, sides of the triangle, two sides of triangle, because the other triangle will be outside it. That's why. So who is the common alphabet here in both the triangles? Point B. So point B, whenever you want to draw a triangle, see that B should come at the base. Okay, so you can see AB is 5.1 and BC is 4.8. So I can, point B is there in both. So I will take BC first. BC as the base. So BC 4.8 I will construct, and then angle B is 40 degrees. So this tells us that it is acute angle triangle. So first construct base BC. Okay, so I will construct base BC first. How much is the length given? 4.8. So this is 4.8 centimeter. Okay, BC. But as I told you, you have to extend it ahead because the next triangle is coming outside it. So please when you draw BC at 4.8 centimeter, that time only you just mark the point C and then extend it ahead, or afterwards also you can do it, but please extend that. Now, next is what? You have to draw an angle of 40 degree. Okay, so for that you will take protractor and draw an angle of 40 degrees. So you can see B and C, these are the 2 points. Okay, point B and point C, these are the 2 points, correct? So you will keep the protractor at point B. So if you keep protractor at point B, then this point C is open, right? So keep the protractor exactly at point B. So this is center of the protractor, and from point C you start measuring, right? This is the other point C. So we will see the inner numbers 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. So this is 40 degree. So draw an angle of 40 degree and see that you are extending the array because the next triangle is bigger. Okay, and then on that ray, so this is 40 degree here. Now on that ray, how much is AB given? 5.1. So measure 5.1 and draw an arc. So draw an arc. This is point A, 5.1 centimeter. Okay, so now join AC. Okay, so side, angle, side. With the help of this given information, we construct this triangle. Now check the ratio. Ratio is AC upon ln is given 4 upon 7. So which is the bigger number here? 7. So what you do? You keep the scale on point B. Okay, keep the scale on point B here, which is the common vertex for both the triangles, and then draw a ray. Okay, and on that ray you will draw how much arcs? 7 arcs. Okay, so take the rounder. This is our first arc. Open your rounder end distance for drawing the arc. Second arc, then third arc, fourth arc. Okay, this will go on drawing arc. Fourth arc, then fifth, sixth, and then seventh arc. Okay, so this way you will draw 7 arcs and name the arcs. So this one, first one is what? B1, B2, then B3, B4, B5, B6, and last one is B7. So as I told you earlier in practice at 4.1, if the given triangle is a smaller triangle, okay, you can see in this question triangle ABC was a smaller triangle and LBN is a bigger triangle. So since triangle ABC is a smaller triangle, you will join the smaller arc, that is fourth arc, right? Ratio is given 4 upon 7, na? So since the triangle is smaller, you will join the fourth arc to it. Okay, and if the triangle is bigger, then you will join the seventh arc. But now according to this question, ABC is a smaller triangle, so fourth arc you will join, B4. So B4 you will join to point C and draw a dotted line. Okay, remember this dotted line. And now you will take a rounder, keep on B4, open it to end distance and draw an arc. See that when draw this arc, it should intersect the arms of the angle. This both the arms, okay, it should intersect. This arm coming from C and this second arm here. So the arc should intersect both the arms of the angle. Now same rounder without disturbing the distance, keep on B7 because the ratio is 4:7, no? So now keep a rounder on B7 and draw an arc which intersects this ray. And remember this arc you will draw always bigger in length. Okay. And now what we will do after this? Recollect what we did in 4.1 exercise. you will measure the distance between these two arcs, correct? This arc and this arc, the distance. So take the rounder, keep on one of the point of intersection, and the pencil should touch the other end of the arc. Can you see this? This is the distance, right? Distance between the two arcs. Can you see? This distance you will measure. Okay. Now that rounder you will take and keep where? On this arc. Barabar? So on this arc you will join. Keep it on this arc and draw the arc. Okay. So now this point and B7 you will join. And draw dotted line passing through it. Okay. So extend it up so that it should touch the base. And when you draw this dotted line, you, as I told you earlier, these both dotted lines should be looking parallel to each other. Then only the construction will be correct. So after this, what will do now? Now what process you did here for drawing this arc? The same thing you will do here also. So take the rounder, keep the rounder on point C, open your rounder to end distance. Okay, end distance you can take. Chota bada koi bhi distance, you can adjust the distance here. Okay, don't take too much distance. So keep the rounder on point C, open your rounder to end distance so that you can move it comfortably and cut the two arms of angle C. Okay, so BC and AC, can you see? This arc is intersecting both the arms of angle C. Now this rounder you will take and keep on this point here. And with the same distance draw another arc. Okay, can you see this arc again? Now what we'll do? Same what we did earlier. Measure the distance between the two arcs where it intersects the arms of the angle. Measure the distance between the point of intersection of the arcs of the two arms of the angle. Okay, understood this? So this point and this point you will measure. And now you will keep the rounder here, same distance on the second arc, and draw this arc. And now you will join this point of intersection with this dotted line. Now this should be a straight line. Without dotted you can do. So can you see again, these two segments are also looking parallel. Okay, if they look parallel, then only your construction is correct and you will get full marks.